Governments and non-state groups competing over territorial control has increased by more than 50% in 2014. Well, this is according to the 5th Annual Review on Security in Africa by a London-based think tank, Think Security Africa. The report said that in 2014, 10 African governments were competing with non-state groups for territorial control, representing a 50% increase from 2013 figures. Well, Ms. Adunola Abiole is the founder of Think Security Africa, and she joins us now on the line from London. Good afternoon, Ms. Adunola Abiole, and thank you for your time on the PM News Desk.
Oh, good afternoon to you too.
Tell us, what is a non-state group, and does Boko Haram qualify as one?
Well, a non-state group is, they are individuals that come together to form political and military campaigns against established governments. What we have in Nigeria with Boko Haram obviously is a non-state group it's not just seeking to establish power, that has established its own small state in the northeastern corner of the country, and they are exercising political and military authority there as well.
Adunola, tell us how religion is impacting on conflict in the continent right now. Religion was ordered and organized for many centuries on the continent, but now we see certain elements using it to advocate their own sort of agenda, almost using it to legitimize their actions.
Yes, that is definitely happening. And unfortunately, this phenomenon is spreading. There are now groups who are asserting that their vision or view of a certain faith is to be accepted as doctrine and fact, and they are seeking to impose it on others forcefully.
There are numerous think tanks on the continent right now. What makes yours different, Adunola?
Well, one of the interesting things that we have tried to do, or we continue to do, is to merge perspectives. So we work with a grassroots as well as security forces. We listen to them as well as government officials, and we weigh everybody's opinion and view and try to consolidate it to create as robust an insight as possible into what is actually going on the ground.
Speak to us of the multidimensional nature of conflicts in Africa right now. It's just confined not only to civil wars right now. We have ethnic cleansing in the CAR, a war on 3 fronts in Sudan, etc.
Yes, this is becoming extremely complicated, because what we're having now is not just countries engaging in dealing with standalone problems. Increasingly, conflicts are being networked. So non-state groups fighting against governments in one country are networking with non-state groups fighting governments in other countries. And so the fact that these movements appear to be consolidating and working together is probably one of the most serious and dangerous aspects of the rising conflicts we're seeing in Africa.
I know your report focuses on the African continent, but can comparisons be drawn with other continents? Example, Asia, when it comes to conflict, Thailand is a case in point. It has a long-standing monarchy, but a crisis in political leadership. Yes,
the thing is that the issue, the main thing that's differentiating Africa from any other region of the world is the scale of the problem. Every continent has its challenges, even the European continent, which we have known to be quite secure up until recently with the crisis in Ukraine. They've had their own issues. However, with Africa, we are dealing with a crisis on far at the same time. And I think that's what's making the situation in Africa so much of a concern.
Very quickly, tell us why the turmoil in Libya, and it finds itself now, we have far-reaching ramifications for the entire region and the continent at large. We know historically Libya provided jobs or employment for many in Niger, or as far away as even Nigeria. So now the turmoil is indeed having a far-reaching impact?
It is. It is extremely destabilizing. Libya's neighbors, and there are about 6 of them, are having a lot of difficulty trying to contain very, very dangerous forces in Libya from spilling over into their borders, and there has been a lot of difficulty in achieving this. about 3 or 4 of Libya's neighbours have actually been attacked directly, some of which have been extremely serious and debilitating economically. For example, there was a 2013 attack in Algeria that seriously impacted their oil and gas industry. So, you know, African countries bordering Libya are having an enormous challenge trying to contain, trying to keep dangerous forces in Libya from spilling over into their borders.
Your report also explores territorial sovereignty on the continent. Are we seeing even more violations in this regard?
Extremely. And I think what should be of most concern to African governments is the fact that this is coming from non-state actors. It's not being done by, generally speaking, it's not being done by other states. It's being done by groups of staff forces, ragtag militias, who manage somehow, as Boko Haram are doing, to manifest themselves into regional armies.
Thank you for your time. Ms. Adunola Abiole is the founder of Think Security Africa.